Ladies and gentlemen, channel here over and subscribe to Bitcoincash up the various other links. So, first of all, very sincere mahalo to LG Vegan, Mr. Wake, and Jay on Cash App. It's actually cool timing because my phone went past the 90-day warranty and the screen is starting to turn all white, which means I have to replace it and get the warranty this time. I buy a lot of stuff used, obviously, and I never had a problem with it. Stuff lasted forever, but this time I did, which is really, like, to have it go the 90 days and then the screen starts to flash out white. I'm like, you sons of bitches. So anyway, so Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, turn off user ratings. Oh, that's very interesting. They have to protect the BLT shows. Oh, why don't you just be honest and let the chips fall where they may? Let people express themselves. If they don't like these shows, they don't like these shows. Got to respect that diversity of thought. Hugo Boss says what? That's kind of where we are now. So they're pushing this woke propaganda, and they're not. Oh, you know what? If you want to, the channel membership is $1 a month. If you want to join, there's the videos that go up, and they don't make it out of that monetization limbo. So they sit there if you want to watch the stuff that they're not like edgy, but they're too edgy for YouTube, which is, I mean, is not a very high bar, but you can watch those for the members channel. So they're pushing, and it gets your name of color in the chat and the things. So they're pushing this woke propaganda, and they're not selling entertainment, which is kind of weird because they're publicly traded companies. You would think they'd be doing things that make sense. They're like, they are doing things that make sense. You just don't understand their motivation. Are you saying it's not financial? No, it's a religion. They're making cancer that nobody wants. If you remember several years ago, Netflix did it to protect Amy Schumer and her Shamu leather special. She was 170 pounds of butter stuffed in a leather jacket, and she talked about how disgusting she was. Yes, Shamu, we can see you're literally 60 pounds over fat. We can see how disgusting you are. Not that I should talk, for sure, but I'm also not dressed in skin-tight leather, if you know what I'm saying. We're all in accord with this. You know, you really, like, you shouldn't dress in skin-tight leather if you're 200 pounds. So the thing is, she also wasn't funny, and Netflix had to turn off the user rating to protect her, I guess. So Netflix is saying that they want to protect the narrative more than the user experience. Even Amazon did it with hiding Rings of Power reviews. When it came out, they hid Amazon's got its own internal reviews, and they hid that for 2 weeks. And then Amazon owns, it's not Rotten Tomatoes, it's one of these other review sites, which they quinkadinkly managed to own. I forget the name of it. Anyway, so they're hiding the reviews for like 2 weeks for Rings of Power, which was pretty freaking bad. Which is another video because apparently the numbers came out and the show obviously bombed. If you've seen, the thing is, there's like a past year came out with Rings of Power, the Witcher Blood Rain or something without, it's like some prequel or something. Willow came out, and there was that Robert Jordan series. I don't know whatever happened to that. And there was a couple other series that came out, and you look at them like, oh, these are horrible. Yeah, and apparently everyone else is in agreement with that. But that's another video to see how they lost their audience. It's like, yeah, it's Lord of the Rings, but it's not Lord of the Rings. Oh, well, you guys are all just istophobic. Yeah, I get that you said that. I don't agree with those. I don't think those terms are real. But I accept that you said those words. Now let's move on to how horrible the show is. And it's like, if we can't strawman, deflect, and ad hominem, we can't address the argument because, like, it's not Lord of the Rings. It's a bait and switch. And, like, they fundamentally don't have a way to counter that argument. But, you know, it's Amazon. They don't really care. Amazon is so big that they can eat a loss of they paid $250 million for the rights, and then I don't know what they put into the show, 400 or 500 million or something like that. And it's not going to lose $750 million, but it'll lose several $100 million. And Amazon is so big they can look at that and go, whatever, we'll try again. We'll try again with another woke show. That's how powerful Amazon is. The thing is, oh dear God, what is this? They're not giving you what you want. They're forcing globalist propaganda on you. Why do you still pay these crap people? I gotta admit, I really don't understand the sports ball bread and circuses enjoy or the soy slop crowd. Like when people, I will say that is the one thing that people are kind of awakening to, is that guys are slowly moving away from watching sports ball. Like just the fat guy would drink your Bud Light and watch your sports ball on TV. And like even that guy is looking around like, oh, this is just getting pathetic. Like there's guys who like sports, they really like sports, and like, oh, this like I don't care how much I like sports. I was like, you got to turn it off at some time. Realize like, oh, it's just not for me anymore. It's impossible to ignore what's going on. You're like, you can't support it in any way. Like when you hear people talking about sports, you're like, dude, why are you watching the mental soy slop? Anyway, so all these moving images are made by lizards to spread propaganda. The people who own the networks or the sports ball teams, they all hate you. I can't imagine paying them. And the thing is, even if you want to go sail the high seas and watch the stuff for free, if I'm reviewing it, maybe to laugh at it or watching it with somebody, okay, fair enough. But even for free, it's not. There's. I don't think there's anything. Someone mentioned in the comments King Arthur, and I'm gonna have to go watch it. The thing is that's set a whiles ago. A whiles ago. That's not a word, is it? So that might be like, okay, stuff that's so set in history might be exceptions to the rule as long as they don't do a revisionist version of it. So that's probably going to escape the wokeness. Anyway, so the BLT shows aren't selling, but the crap people, actually, she probably looked like your standard baseball player. Or at least there was a period in baseball history where baseball players could be a little bit chubby and get away with it. So the BLT shows are not selling, but the crap people want to hide that, or like they're drinking and smoking and they got little beer bellies and stuff. But the crap people want to hide that, and that would probably be a whole lot of funner baseball. I don't know, baseball of the 40s or something. They want to hide all that stuff from you so that they can trick you into watching the left-hand path types of shows. You can't control the networks. That's what is that, like the codependence stuff? The idea of like controlling other people. That's the wrong approach. You control your own actions. All you have to do is simply not pay for the mental soy slop corn syrup that's coming out of those moving images. People don't like BLT themed movies. It doesn't fit with their values. But the parasites keep pushing the shows. At some point, don't you want to like look around at your buddies and go, this is weird, right? This is weird. There's something else going on here. Maybe we should talk about this. Oh, no, that's a far-eyed dog whistle. Yeah, I accept that you said that, but let's talk about it anyway. Well, only istophobes talk about it. Again, I accept that you said those words, but I don't want to deflect into that argument. Let's stay to the core of the argument. And then either you'll go down the rabbit hole or you won't. Anyway, so instead of just reading stories like this and moving on, maybe it's time to really start to do some pondering on this. They make propaganda that their own audience hates, but they keep making it. And when the audience expresses themselves, the networks turn off the user ratings. Remember when Rotten Tomatoes did that to protect Disney and Brie Larson with the Captain Resting Bitch Face movie? So the numbers show that people really love beautiful European people in movies, but Hollywood hates European people with an incandescent rage that I just can't describe. I mean, okay, so you see a Pox Walks picture like this, and you go, there you go. Yeah, this just looks like cancer. I don't want to see this. And the people lose their mind when they hear this. Go, just because they're sun women, you don't like the sun women. It's a more convoluted issue than that. I don't like that someone's trying to push propaganda. Could I make a movie with Pox chicks playing baseball? Yes, I could make a movie with Pox Walks people playing baseball. Yes, and it wouldn't be this cringy, just woke cancer, because I'm not the cringy woke Bolshevik. I could make it and it would be fair and balanced. Yes, it wouldn't be, oh, we're going to dog whistle. We're going to put the message is here, the message, evil. No. It's like, okay, you got a black chicks who want to play baseball. Okay, I can make that movie. And it wouldn't be cringe. Hollywood can't make those kind of movies. Like right-wing people can make movies that will appeal to the left and the right wing. Left-wing people only make movies. My gosh, they don't even appeal to the left wing anymore. That's how friggin'. So when I say like, oh yeah, this looks like cancer, they just say, oh well, it's two black chicks. You must have an issue with them, or women, right? Go, why not both? Oh, you Hugo Boss. No, it's not that. Like women playing baseball. There was this original movie, and like, so is this period correct? Is like, no, we're updating it. It's like, okay, well, that's updating is propaganda. If you want to make something new, make something new. It's like, oh, well, it didn't exist. No, I have no idea the history of baseball. Did sun women play baseball back in the day? don't think was a huge deal. I don't even think women were so into baseball back in the day. Maybe softball a little bit, but even then, there's not that many chicks who are into sports at all. So who's the audience for this? It's like, a far right dog whistle, far right. You just don't like women or whatever. Like, no, that's not it. It's that you're using this as a vehicle to push your message, and then you look at people making the Hollywood show. It's like, you're the worst people on earth. I mean, you're just demon people, and you're using these people as a shield, and to the point where you look at it and you go, either you hate women, or you hate non-European people. It's like, how about neither one of those? How about, believe it or not, neither one of those? And you know, our side's always the, oh dear God, our side's always the one to go, you know, we can point to a bunch of non-European actors who they've made movies that were very popular. Oh well, that doesn't count. Why doesn't it count? Because they were straight black men in these roles, and that's not, I don't know what they call it. It's somewhere on the hierarchy where they have to be like, well, no. You're going to need obese poxwalks women to play the roles of you know, the vampire fighters. Like, that's a bridge too far. Oh, well, you just hate women. I accept that you said those words. But I mean, whatever. Like, there's no way to argue with these people. Like, if you put a gun to their head figuratively and said, can we have this discussion without ad hominem's deflection and straw man? And it would be the Microsoft blue screen, because they wouldn't be able to resolve a solution set to that. Anyway, the thing is, people really love European people in movies, and it's okay to love European people. In my opinion, I think they're the most amazing people. They're just so versatile. They're so good in movies, and people also want to see themselves in movies. And listen, if you're a black chick and you like playing baseball, okay, you want to see yourself in movies, fair enough. I'm willing to bet that there's not a whole lot of black chicks who play baseball. There's not a whole lot of chicks who are into sports, period. So that Venn diagram of women in sports, small. Black chicks in sports, very, very small. And then you have to cross that over with an audience who's interested in paying money for Netflix to watch these shows. Very small. So what happens? Oh, the show underperforms. Okay, and it gets a low audience rating. Okay, well, we can't have that, so we have to turn off the audience ratings. It's like, but you're being dishonest and you're manipulating the results. You're like, yes, you bet your ass we are. We're cultural Marxists, Bolsheviks. What did you think we were in this business for? Anyway, so they use their influence in the dissemination of information to control the narrative, to get the cattle to hate this one group of people. Oh dear, that's a whole lot of cringe. Suspiciously people who look like you and I. Yeah, I mean, this chick looks okay. I want to see blonde and red-haired chicks. I don't want to see these other chicks because there's just too much of them. People love hot blondes and car chase scenes and people running around from rooftop to rooftop. That's one of the examples they did. They give this figurative example of two show ideas. And one's like, we're going to be in Vegas and it's going to be two dudes, you know, in muscle cars, running around Vegas with hot chicks and clubs like a Miami Vice, but modern day and totally politically incorrect. And then the other example they give is, we're going to have a pox-walks, obese lesbian, and furry otherkin go to a small town. It's going to be evil blonde people are going to be the most bigoted and intolerant people on earth. Like, yeah, nobody wants to see that. You're out of your freaking mind. What the hell's wrong with you Hollywood types? Like, well, we're going to force it on you. Like, well, I mean, you're not going to force it on me because I'm not going to pay for any of this stuff. I'm not even going to go sailing to see any of this stuff. At some point, when people repeatedly serve garbage, there's no point in going, oh, okay, well, the past 20 times have been garbage. I'm not even going to bother. It's like, here's how movies work. Yeah, okay. Here's how Hollywood works. As people dip out of Hollywood, the theaters, instead of going to see a movie at night in my area, I don't know, it's less than $15 or something, or maybe it's more now, probably because of inflation. But thanks, Biden. They stop seeing the movies in the theater because they've repeatedly been bad, but they still have the Disney streaming and like say several other streaming platforms that they're paying for. And they, in their mind, they go, you know, if I'm paying for the movies are kind of lackluster, I'm paying for the streaming, I'm just going to watch them on streaming. And then after a while, you notice like you're just not watching the streaming like you used to, and you're looking at these subscriptions. You're like, I pay 70. I don't pay anything, but people give me passwords to watch the stuff. Thank you for that. They go, okay, I'm paying $100 for all these streaming platforms, and my Dish network and my cable and all this kind of stuff. It adds up to quite a bit. And you're looking at these. You're like, okay, Netflix. I haven't watched that, and that's or Disney or HBO, and all this stuff adds up. And you go like, maybe it's time to just get rid of that. And they do. They get rid of it because they're just not using it because the movies have been so bad. And they go, you know what? If it comes to it, I can always go sailing for the stuff. A little VPN action. And then they might do that every once in a while. Then after a while, they go, even seeing the stuff through a VPN, it's like there's nothing. The movies I used to enjoy were the superhero type of movies, DC and Marvel, that kind of stuff. And you go, even for free, it's not worth the time to see a 90-minute, 2-hour, like the Black Widow movie or the SS Squad Part 2 with that blonde chick, the Australian chick or something. You go, there just wasn't anything in this movie. It's like I saw him for free, but I saw him with a buddy and we're laughing at it. And we're talking about like why it just didn't connect. But if it's not even worth seeing for free, you're Hollywood's over for you. Yeah, Hollywood's over for you. I guess I aged out of Hollywood, except I'm not old enough to have aged out of Hollywood, which I suspect means that Hollywood post 2016, TDS is just kind of over for a lot of people. Anyway, you just don't have to pay for. If you pay for something, if you subsidize it, you're going to get more of it. You don't have to subsidize this kind of stuff. Anyway, thanks for everyone's support. Even if it does mean I have to buy a new MFing cell phone. That really, really, really pissed me off. 90 days, and the cell phone screen is starting to white out. And it gets these weird artifacts like, yeah, you could have just paid the $30 for the 3-year warranty. You're like, yes, I really wish I had done that. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys all next episode.